there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm the style coach. Today's video is all about sharing with you my best and worst buys. So I certainly have made a few mistakes in my past through shopping, and I've learned from my mistakes, and you know, I make a lot less of them these days. In fact, I can't remember the last time I made a mistake. I buy really well these days because I've learned basically, and now I teach this stuff. So I'm going to talk you through my best buys, why they were so good, why they turned out so good, and also my worst buys. I'm going to alternate one good choice, one bad choice, and we're going to do 3 of each. Let me know, what was your best buy? Let's keep it positive, I suppose. But you're welcome to share your worst buys as well. Pop them down below and let me know why they were bad. Do you understand why they're bad? Because there's always something to be learned here. I do say that to my students, you know, in courses that I teach. Never just say to yourself, I don't like something. Always ask why. That's where the learning happens. So don't stop at, I love this, I don't like that. Ask why, because you're going to learn from that and you'll be able to replicate it or avoid it if it's a bad thing. So there's lots to be learned in these things. No such thing as failure, only feedback. So I'm going to start with my first good buy, and that is something I'm currently wearing, and you'll notice that I've probably worn them pretty much in almost every video since I bought them, basically, which was a couple of years ago almost, I think, at this stage. But they are my Chanel earrings that I'm wearing today, the little drop pearl on them. These were a treat for myself, a reward for, you know, some goal that I had set, and I did. And I treated myself to these Chanel earrings, and they were in this gunmetal silver with the drop pearl, and they just work so well for everyday use, but I also wear them for dressing up as well. They just are so versatile. I'm not one of these people who buys something that's kind of expensive or designer and puts them away in a box, never to be seen apart from one special occasion in a year. I believe in getting the wear out of my things, especially if I love them and I've paid a lot of money for them. So my Chanel earrings are definitely one of those best buys. I love the contrast the pearl has against my hair. They really stand out. They're not too in your face blingy at all. That makes them very wearable, and they literally go with everything. So these were absolutely one of my best purchases, and I know I'm going to continue wearing them for absolutely years to come. Okay, now for a regret buy. I bought this lilac suit. Now, you would have seen me wear the blazer in some videos, and I love the blazer. I love the color of the blazer. Don't necessarily love the fit of it, but it came as a suit anyway, and the trousers are too small for me, first off. What are they? I think they're like an 8 or something, a UK 8, which is too small for me. And the shape of them, they have a little flare on the bottom, and they're a cropped style, and they would look phenomenal on the right person. They just don't work for me. I've never worn them. I currently have them up for sale. I'm just trying to get rid of them. I'll probably end up putting them back into the charity shop for them to resell, because I think somebody will get good wear out of them. I've worn the blazer a couple of times in videos, never worn it out. It's just the length of it is a little bit awkward. The only thing right about it was the colour. So unfortunately, they were not the best buy. There you go. I know why they don't work. I won't make that mistake again. I bought them probably a few years ago, and they're still with me. They gotta go. Now for another great buy, I'm gonna have to actually take them off because they're on my feet right now. Okay, so I'm kind of lopsided. I've got one shoe on, one shoe off. But these are they're my faux leather boots, knee-high boots that I bought they're from Marks and Spencer's actually. And I bought them, I think, 3 years ago, and I've worn them. Oh my God, I've worn them so much through every winter. They are just the comfiest pair of boots. Even though they have a small heel on them, they don't feel like a heel at all. I could walk for miles in these. I've worn them so many times with so many different outfits. They're my go-to shoe when I am out and about because they're easy to walk in. They look well. They fit my leg really well. And I dread the day when these start to kind of come apart, and I think they're reaching that stage already. And I hope I can find an identical replacement soon before they actually kind of have their final day. But I'm going to try and keep them going. maybe for another winter. I hope so. Okay, staying on the theme of shoes and boots now, I'm going to show you a pair of boots that were not a great purchase, I have to say. And they are these burgundy type of boots, and they have a metallic kind of gold heel on them. And I love them because they were like a great color, love that. And a great heel as well. A little bit different, suits my dramatic style personality. So I was like, yes, I'll have them. But the problem starts with where these boots cut off. My legs are not suited to this style of boot. And if you're curious about how to pair boots with a body shape and all that, my new course is coming out and I talk all about this as part of that course as well. So keep an eye out for that. You can find out more below about my courses. But this point of cutting off my leg, not a flattering place to cut myself off. So the way I was wearing them was with a long maxi dress that kind of came down to here. And that worked okay, but to be honest, I have other boots that are more comfortable, that are knee height in burgundy, that worked much better. So I ended up reaching for them instead of reaching for these, and these were just, I mean, they're like brand new. There's not a scuff on them. I mean, they're great boots, they're just not for me. So unfortunately, there's something also that have to go. So my next great purchase, I find it hard to narrow it down to just 3 items because I do have so many great pieces in my wardrobe now because I've learned how to make good choices basically and save myself time and money. But my next choice are my Ray-Ban sunglasses. I've bought many sunglasses since having these just to have variety in my collection, but these are the ones that I constantly come back to, and I've had them, it must be nearly 15 years at this stage I've had them. I've taken really good care of them because I'd be devastated if anything happened to them. I've never seen anybody else have these Ray-Bans, so the camera's not going to pick it up, but they do have a pink sparkle around the edge on the frame and a kind of a brown lens. And I've just never seen them on anybody else, and I absolutely love them. I was told once by an ex of mine that he said, I don't think they suit you, and I never listened to him. So I kept wearing them, and I love them. And I have other glasses, you know, designer glasses, which are good, but these are ones I'd be really sad to see them go. Finally, my next regret purchase, I think it was a little bit of a panic buy a number of years ago, and that was this kind of a stripy shirt dress from H&M, and it's just all wrong. It just doesn't, I mean, it doesn't tick my boxes at all. I think what did catch my eye was probably the slightly dramatic element to it, the stripes, you know, it kind of catches the eye, and that's probably about it. But in hindsight, I did wear it a couple of times, but it never felt good. And I didn't like the belt on it. It has these D-ring belts, which I hate on belts. Very, very annoying. Didn't like that. They looked like pajamas. It was just a very difficult piece to wear and to make look good. It just didn't work for me. The colours, okay, possibly a little bit dull, a little bit boring. It's got to go. It's not for me. It will look great on somebody, but not for me. So that's another one that's got to go. So those were my best and worst buys. Do let me know what yours were, and if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Take care.